G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. So, I did this idea when I first started my channel about 2 or 3 years ago. It's called the AFC North Rundown. Now, how it works is every week I'm going to go over the teams in the AFC North: Steelers, Bengals, Browns, Ravens. And yes, I will be biased 100%. At the same time, I'll still give you my take on what I think is going to happen, who's going to win. This week we have the Bengals versus Browns, Ravens versus Houston, and Steelers versus 49ers. Now, also, if I'm good enough, right here, I'll put up the table and the scores for each week when I do my editing. So right here, if I'm good enough, it should appear here. When I start talking about week one, when we'll go through all the games. And the idea is we'll go through all the games, we'll do the score, we'll show the table, who's winning, who's losing, who's coming where, first, second, third, fourth. We'll do this every single week, and we're going to call it the AFC North Rundown, and it will come out every single Wednesday, right? Here are the guys now. You have Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson. Those are the quarterbacks, and I will try and change up the thumbnail as everything goes along because this is a massive journey, not only for the Steelers, but for all the other teams trying to fight and win the AFC North. Now, I do want to say, I reckon the Steelers can win the North this year. I say that every year, but I reckon they can win it. They got a good team. As long as they play physical all year, they turn up. The Steelers can win 12 games, 11 games, and it's probably going to take about, I'd say, 11, 12 games to win the North. We could have 4 teams going to the playoffs if the Browns get their stuff in order. The Ravens can make it, the Browns can make it, the Bengals can make it. Anyone in this conference can win the North. I even say that with the Browns. I know it sounds crazy, but anyone in this conference or in this division can win the North. So it's going to be a fun ride for that to happen. Now, let's go into the game. So I'm going to put here, let's start with Ravens versus Houston. Is it there? I don't know. It could be there, right? We're going to put that there. Ravens versus Houston, right? Everyone starts at 0-0. The Ravens have a really good shot to go 1-0. In my survival league, if you guys are a part of that on the members Discord and members side, I have chosen the Ravens right there because to me, they shouldn't lose this game, right? They shouldn't lose this game. Now, if I go to the NFL, I'm going to rely on a lot of like NFL scheduling and roster and stuff like that. The Ravens are playing at home. Houston at Baltimore with their rookie quarterback. Who's their rookie quarterback? Is it CJ Stroud? Is he the one? Is he the dude? I'm pretty sure he's the dude, right? I always get confused who's who in the zoo. Yeah, CJ Stroud. He's the one for the Houston Texans. There is no way they're winning this game. I just don't see the Texans going into Baltimore to win this game. That would be that would be the biggest upset of all time, going into Baltimore to win this game. So that to me would be insane and crazy if that were to happen. So at Baltimore, the Lamar Jackson and crew, they should really ball out. They got the new rookie receiver. It'd be cool to see what happens with Zay Flowers. They got Odell Beckham Jr. He'll probably show up. Rashad Bateman, he'll probably have a go. Good line. They have Mark Andrews. They can run the ball. They have a physical fullback in Patrick, right? Their defense is pretty solid too. Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen, middle linebackers. They got some guys that can play. Kyle Hamilton, the safety. They got some guys who can hit. So this to me, right here, let's do some scores too. So I just put up the teams. Let's do a score and prediction. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Score and prediction. Ravens at home. They beat the Texans. Let's go 30. They're going to score a lot of points. Let's go 37 Ravens. 37 Ravens versus 13. 37-13. Ravens beat the Texans. Right. Next, let's go into the next game, which is going to be an AFC North opponent game or divisional game, right? It is Bengals versus Browns. There. I'll try and do that every time. I will get better each week. Bengals versus Browns. So this one's a big one too. We've heard all off season that Bengals are going to win the AFC North. They need to win this game because the last 4 or 5 times, I think the Browns have had their number, right? This is one for Joe Burrow that he's been injured in the offseason. He needs to do something. That actually, this could be in a bit of favor too for the Browns. So the Bengals are traveling to Cleveland. So the Browns have their number the last I think 4 times they've beaten Joe Burrow. So for some reason, the Bengals always find it really tough to beat the Browns in the last few years. So that's kind of crazy. Now, here's the thing, too. Can Deshaun Watson actually bounce back to some relevant sign of doing anything in the NFL? If you look to his preseason and in the training camp, nothing happened, man. The passes weren't on point. It just doesn't feel like he's comfortable back there. To me, I think he's had too much time off. And I don't really see why the Cleveland Browns spent all that money and the Browns are the Browns. It's going to be very hard for me to remain any sort of non-biased. But the Browns are the Browns. They spent all that money. I just don't see it, them winning this game. I know they've got them before, but you go to the Bengals roster, they got Jamar Chase, Higgins, Boyd, those 3 receivers. The Bengals, I don't think they're not going to carve the team. It's going to be a hard. Actually, too, we as a Steeler fan, we want to see these 2 teams go slobber knocker, hit each other as hard as they can, and make it a really tough game. But Joe Burrow, I think, will win this game. I think he's going to have a good shot. They have a good defense too. I like the guys. Jermaine Pratt, he plays well. Trey Hendrickson, he's a good player. Mike Hilton is my guy too. Used to be my guy when he was with the Steelers. They got some good stuff there, some good players. I think this one, for once, I think Joe Burrow will actually win this game week 1. Yes, we beat them last week, Steelers versus Bengals last week, but Joe Burrow wins this game. They got too much talent, man. Too much talent at the receiver position. And the Browns, they got to figure something out too. Of course, they've got Amari Cooper, but what has he really done? David Njoku, what has he done? The only really good player I like for the Browns, to be honest, is Nick Chubb. He's probably one of the best running backs that I like for him playing in the NFL. He's really fun to watch. And other times that we're not smashing him when it's the Steelers versus Browns. But I tell you what, I reckon the Bengals sneak away in this one. They win this game. We'll go 29-20. 29-20. Bengals win. Right, next game and last game, because we only have 3 because we have the guys playing in the AFC North, Bengals versus Browns. We have the Steelers versus 49ers. I've said this for a very long time, and also a lot of these AFC North rundowns, I won't be talking too much about the Steelers, but you already know it's a Steelers channel, right? This is the one the Steelers have to win. This is I think this will be in 7-8 years since they last had a home playoff game. It's all ramping up. It's all getting crazy. It's all ready to go. And to me, this comes down to TJ Watt on the outside, Highsmith pressuring Purdy, get him off his feet, sack him, make him fumble, throw interceptions, stuff like that. Kenny Pickett, I believe, is going to go out there and play fantastic football. I think he'll get 2 TDs, 1 to Pickens, 1 to DJ, and Joe and Warren and Najee will get 1 TD each, right? So this is a game for me where the Steelers need to quieten the noise, set the standard, bring back that bully mentality, and play physical football like they can and will and have been in the preseason. All offseason, we've seen all the moves. This one, to me, the Steelers get the W. They win 31-10. I've been saying that a long time. 31-10, right there. Steelers win 31-10. They win, right? Anyways, guys, that's it today for the AFC North rundown. I wanted to go over those teams. As the weeks progress, we're going to see the table go from, Bengals 1-0. I've got them Ravens 1-0, Steelers 1-0, and the Browns 0-1. And then the week after, it will be Steelers versus Browns, and whoever the other guys face, Ravens and Bengals, whoever they face, we'll cover that. It's a good way to keep up with the AFC North and see where the teams are and see who's fighting for the AFC North. So I hope you guys enjoy that. It's a lot of fun talking about these teams. AFC North rundown, week 1. I've got the Ravens beating the Houston Texans. I've got the Bengals beating the Browns. And I've got the Steelers beating the 49ers. I'll see you guys later.